have trouble letting go of things. Ever since I was a kid, it's been hard for me to get rid of anything that even remotely represented an experience or memory or feeling that I wanted to hold on to. But then when I left home for college and grad school, I couldn't bring those things with me, and I had to find a lot of new stuff for myself. Utensils, couches, lamps. So I went to yard sales. I had done this as a kid too, of course, but now I started to realize that you could find a lot of people like me at yard sales. People that had held on to things that had unusual value to them. Things that had been a part of their lives and their families for one reason or another. But what I couldn't figure out is how they could now be selling some of these things on their front yards. Like me, my wife Susan holds on to everything that has any sort of memory attached to it. And when we got married, we had a lot of memories between us. Another thing we have in common is that we're both descendants of Mormon pioneers who were forced out of their homes and crossed the American plains because of religious intolerance. They could only take a few things with them on that trip. They had to leave their homes, their furniture, their family heirlooms, and a lot of other things that made up their life stories behind. I've often wondered if I were with them on that trip and I could only take one thing with me, what would it be? Now, my wife and I are trying to make room for the biggest and best memory we'll have had so far, the birth of our first child. In fact, it should happen any day now. I'm starting to think we're going to have to get rid of some stuff to make room, even the stuff that has sentimental or emotional value to us. But how do you decide what to get rid of and what to keep? So I thought talking to people at yard sales who are making a lot of these same type of decisions could help me discover what is and what isn't really worth holding on to. Has it been hard to give up stuff that you sell?
You know, earlier I sold a picture on canvas